Hey guys, welcome back to the Road to Nebula challenge on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies. In today's video, we're going to be going for the gold camo on the good old baseball bat, which is the second melee weapon. I've already covered the knife, so let's move on to the baseball bat. Before we get into this video, if you guys could hit that subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm aiming for 7,000 subscribers before we get to Nebula, and I'm sure you guys will get there. If you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get on with this. So the way I describe the baseball bat is, well, it's a very fun weapon to use, but also a really dangerous weapon to use at the same time. It's fun to use because, well, you're using a baseball bat to kill zombies. I mean, that's the funnest thing in the world. I mean, you don't normally do that in COD Zombies. Normally using weapons like the LMGs and pistols and all that kind of stuff. But to be able to use a baseball bat, it's a pretty cool thing to do. Really, really fun to use, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But it's a very dangerous weapon because when you use this, not pack a punch, no upgrades, anything like that, it's like 2 to 3 hits to 4 hits in some cases near the round, you can see in the gameplay here. And I'm putting myself at risk because I'm killing one zombie at a time. So without melee macchiato and without pack a punch, this thing is very, very dangerous to use. It becomes weak really, really quickly, and you've got to be super careful when you're using it. And I'd actually argue this is one of the more difficult weapons to get Mystic Gold for that reason alone. So for the first map, I decided to play Terminus. I could have played Liberty Falls first, but I thought Terminus is the way to go today. I was feeling it a bit more. As you can see here in the gameplay, it's taking multiple hits to kill the zombies, but currently I've got no perks, I've got no upgrades or anything like that. For some weird reason in this match, salvage wasn't really coming to me as much. I'm not sure that's because I'm using the baseball bat or what, but I was having a really unlucky time with the rarity, because if I had that in hand, I would have been able to kill the zombies perhaps in 2 hits maximum instead of the good old 3 or 4 hits. I mean, I do upgrade it in this gameplay here, and it becomes a little bit better. It's not much better, but it is what it is. But I was staying in this room because I wanted to save up for pack punch as quickly as possible, as well as the melee macchiato perk. So once you have that perk, this becomes a lot easier to use, and I do get to a fairly high round in this game if I'm not mistaken, so let's check that out. So for my first game, I did get to round 24. I think this is pretty good for the baseball bat. I know it's one hit and all the rest of it, but it was a very dangerous weapon to use still, despite the one hit, to be honest. The weapon lunges you forward straight into the zombies, and you've got to be really quick and really careful. If you hit this into a horde of zombies, you might as well kiss your life goodbye. The amalgams are a huge problem, I think that's how you say it. I was getting hit every time I got hit by them. My dying wish kept getting taken away from me, so it's making this a lot more difficult than it needed to be. But luckily with the baseball bat, I don't need to aim for critical kills. It's just getting 2,000 kills. If this was a critical kill situation, this would be horrible. If you had to hit zombies in the head of a melee weapon, that would be absolute hell. But you know what, I'm pretty impressed with my performance. But on Terminus, this was really tricky because of the amalgams that were causing me a lot of problems, and I don't survive past round 24, but it is what it is. And let's move on to the second game and let's see how we do on that one. So for this second game, I decided to play Liberty Falls, and I started out by using the Rampage inducer, and then realizing pretty much at round 2 that this was a huge mistake, because yeah, it's very dangerous. The zombies are coming at you stupidly quickly, and I was thinking it's like 2 hits already on round 2. It becomes 3, then 4 later in the rounds, and I'm just going to get massacred because the zombies hit extremely quickly with the Rampage inducer on. I was just putting myself at risk, so I thought, you know, the best thing to do is switch it off. So if you're using a melee weapon, especially the baseball bat, do not put the Rampage inducer on at the beginning of the game. If you want to do it later in the game, sure, because you'll be more equipped and more prepared, but do not do it early in the game. You're just going to put yourself in danger. I'm glad I did it when I did, because if I kept it on in round 3 or round 4 at maximum, it would have been it for me. But anyway, let's see how this Liberty Fall game goes and what round I get to. You know what, guys, I'm genuinely impressed with myself here. I'm on round 30 at the moment. I've got more or less all of the perks active at this point. And yeah, I'm not too sure how I managed to do this, to be honest with you, because this weapon was really dangerous to use and it was really scary. Like every single time I went in for the hits into the hordes, it was really slow and tedious, and it took me, it takes one slip up for me to get absolutely massacred. I had a augment equipped on Juggernaut, where if the zombies hit your shield stroke armor off, they get stunned like a bit like Widow's Wife or Black Ops 3. So that did make the process a little bit easier, and I'm glad I I had that equipped. Unfortunately, abominations were a bit of an issue, as going to them was extremely dangerous as well, because they could easily whack me and do stupidly high amount of damage, and they zapped me quite a lot, so I have to avoid hitting them. I was a bit of an idiot here, probably shouldn't have done that. So when you're facing abominations, don't go towards them like I did when they're doing their attack. It's a very dumb idea. But you know what, this game was going really well, and I actually managed to achieve something as well. Unfortunately, that thing that I managed to achieve was a round 33 death. I was really frustrated with this, actually. I mean, I'm proud to get to round 33 with the baseball bat, don't get me wrong, but I was stupidly close to getting the gold mystic camo in this game. Stupidly close, but unfortunately, it was getting too much for me at this point. The zombies were starting to become a lot quicker. I was getting swiped down instantly. I kept running out of armor plates as well, and I kept having to refill them at the workstation, which put me at a stupid risk. So unfortunately, this is where I meet my demise around 33. But you know what? I am proud in one way for getting to this round, because I never thought I'd get to the round 30s. I thought this was going to take much longer than what I did the time I did it in. Considering it only took me 3 games, I'm very impressed. But unfortunately, with all the manglers and stuff as well, yeah, it's just not happening. I was never going to get past round 30 odd. It was never going to happen. And yeah, the manglers took my life, and then zombie munched on my arm and ended it. But you know what? The last game, things are different. Yeah, very different, because this time I got killed by the spiders on round 12. I was just really tired at this point. That's my only excuse I could think of, because this was a very poor performance. I don't know what to say, but I was frustrated at this point, to say the least, because it made life very annoying. It was about 2:30 in the morning. I wanted to go to bed, but I was determined to stay up until this weapon was done, and my tiredness overcame me, and the spiders took my life and made that little bit more tedious. But you know what? It is what it is. I just need to get good, I guess. You can tell I was close, because round 3 on my next game was when I achieved the Mystic Gold, and I immediately quit the game straight after that, because I was tired at this point. But I did have fun using the baseball bat. I know it sounds like I'm raging about it a lot. It was a fun challenge to complete, despite the ridiculous death that I suffered in the previous game. But it was nice and quick, 2-minute match. I just needed to get a few more of those multi-kills. It was very easy, it wasn't too hard. But you know what, if you're doing the baseball bat, before you go into this, make sure you have melee macchiato, pack a punch as soon as possible, and you'll be good to go. Do not use this weapon without those, otherwise you're going to have a very tough time, especially when you go for the camo grind. Anyway guys, that is it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.